Okay, fourth grade, today we're going to finish our 12 Days of Christmas project. So you're going to want to go into the fourth grade technology page. This is in Canvas. We're going to scroll down to weekly lessons. And after we've clicked weekly lessons, we want to go to the one that says 12 Days of Christmas. It is in lesson 7. So last week, we worked on typing the items from the 12 Days of Christmas and the multipliers, and that was in the part 1 directions. You submitted that to me so that I could give you feedback on your mistakes, and you could get those fixed for today's assignment. So to open your work, you'll go all the way to the bottom of the 12 Days of Christmas page. I'm in teacher mode, but you will have a blue button right about here that says open to attach and submit. You click that blue button and then a new window will pop open. You will see your name with your file. Go ahead and click on that to open your file. So I have mine open, and you may keep yours full screen like this. I'm going to snap mine over so that I can see the data that I need. PNC Bank calculates the items in the 12 Days of Christmas for us each year, and so we're going to use those calculations. A partridge in a pear tree, the price has not increased since last year. It is still $210.18. So I'm going to go to cost, which is in cell B4. I'm going to type 210 point, which is my decimal point or my period, 18, and then I'm going to press the enter key. And that automatically puts in the $ because I've already formatted this as accounting for you. Next is the 2 turtle doves. They are $450 this year. The cost for them is really a lot higher than it was last year. So we're going to type 450, and then we're going to hit enter, and it automatically puts in the $, the decimal point, and the 0 cents. 3 French hens, that price has also increased. It is now $210. So we're going to type 210, enter. For calling birds, they calculate based on the price of canaries, like Tweety Bird in your cartoons. And so if you go to the pet store and you buy 4 of them, it's going to cost you $599.96. So we'll type 599.96, enter. 5 golden rings is going to cost you $945. It has also increased this year. So we'll type 945, enter. 6 geese laying has also increased. They're going to cost $570. So for cell B9, which is the 6 geese laying cost, we will type 570, enter. 7 swans swimming has not changed its price. This is the most expensive item on our list. To buy 7 swans would cost you $13,125. So we're going to type 13125. Don't worry about the comma. Hit enter, and it will automatically put in the comma, the $, and the cents. 8 maids of milking is the cheapest item. So for the first 7 items, they're all birds. They're all birds that you can buy. Now, 5 golden rings, they actually calculate that based off of gold rings that you might wear on your finger. The song is talking about golden ringed pheasants, a type of bird, but nobody thinks of that when they sing the song. So we did use the jewelry for that one. But now we're in the people section, and you don't buy people, you hire people and you pay them to do a job. 8 maids of milking is unskilled labor. So we're going to pay 8 people minimum wage for an hour's worth of work. So that will cost us $58. So in cell B11, we're going to type 58 and press enter. Now this is where I don't like what the PNC Christmas Price Index did this year. Due to COVID, you cannot hire performing artists. They're not considered an essential service right now. So the ballet dancers from the Pittsburgh Ballet and the male dancers from the Philadelphia dance troupe and the pipers and drummers, the musicians, PNC is telling me there's no cost because it's not available. Well, I don't like that. It really skews my numbers. So we're going to use the 2019 numbers for those. So I've pulled that, and Nine Ladies Dancing is going to cost us $7,552.84. So we are going to type 7552.84, enter. And Lord's Leaping is going to cost us $10,000. They each get paid $1,000. So we'll type a 1 with 4 zeros after it, and then we will press enter. Next is the Piper's Piping. We're going to type 2726.10 and press enter. And to hire a 12th musician, we're going to type in 2947.50, enter. All right, so now that we've gotten all of our costs in, we need to actually do the calculations. And this is where Excel and Google Sheets is really helpful because it does the math for you. At any time, please pause this video and complete your work as needed. So to figure out the total for the 12th day, we're going to add up all of these costs. In Excel and Sheets, when you want to do a formula, you start with the equals. Equals sign is right next to your backspace. So I'm going to press equals. Now the computer knows that I'm typing a formula and that it's going to have to do a calculation. I want to add up all of those numbers. The answer to an addition problem is called a sum. So I'm going to type sum, S-U-M. Gives me some suggestions there, but I'm going to ignore that for right now. Now I'm going to do a parenthesis. So I'm going to hold shift and press the number 9. I'm going to put the first cell. So this cost right here is in cell B4. So I'm going to type B4. I want to do a range of data. So I'm going to make a colon. This is shift and the key that's after the L key. If you have your fingers typing properly at home row, it would be your right pinky finger. Okay. I want it to go through all this range of numbers all the way to this last one. This last one is in cell B15. So I'm going to type B15. Now I'm going to close my parenthesis, shift and the number 0, and then I'm going to press enter. And now it has calculated how much it would cost to buy each of those items. But the song's not done. We know that when we sing the song, it sings the same verses over and over. It keeps repeating. So you actually sing the Partridge in a Pear Tree verse 12 times. You sing the Two Turtle Doves 11 times. So you are actually buying 12 partridges, 22 turtle doves, 30 French hens, 36 calling birds, and so on and so forth. So what we need to do is we need to multiply the cost times the multiplier. Let's do another type of formula. Please click in cell D4, and we're going to start with our equal sign because equal is how we tell the computer that we want to do a formula. We want to multiply this cost times this multiplier. We're not going to type the numbers though, we're going to type the cells that they're in. It'll make your life a lot easier in the long run, trust me on this. So this cell again is B4 because it's in column B, row 4. So I'm going to type B4. When you are multiplying, you use an asterisk to signal multiplication. Make the asterisk, hold shift, and press the number 8. And that'll make like a little star. It's called an asterisk. We want to multiply it by this number here. This one is in C4. So I'm going to type C4, and then I'm going to press enter to enter my formula. Now, the first time you do it, because I just undid all these, it will likely predict how to make all the rest of your formulas appear by pressing Control Enter. If it does not do it, like mine did not right now, no big deal. I'm going to go back to the cell I just typed in. And do you see this blue square in the bottom right corner? I'm going to click on that blue square so that I have a black plus sign. I'm going to drag that down to my last one, and I'm going to let go, and then it puts my formula in. So this one, if I look in my formula bar, is B5 times C5. This one is B9 times C9. This one is B13 times C13. Now, if you had used the Control Enter to put the formulas in, that's great. What it probably did is it probably brought it down one too far, and you have these zeros here. No big deal. I just want you to click on that and hit backspace, and it will go away. All right, and then the last thing we need is the total cost. Now I'm zoomed out to 90% right now so that you can see all of it, and I've hidden some of my tools. If you can't see the total cost box, scroll down a little bit. For total cost, we want to add up all of the verses of the song. So again, we'll start with the equal sign. We're going to type sum, S-U-M, because that means we're adding, parenthesis, shift 9. This time we're doing cell D4, colon, that's shift and the key next to L, B15, close my parenthesis, shift and 0, enter. And so that calculates that it would cost $174,172.86 to buy all of these items. So I will now be accepting applications for True Love, because if you've got that much money laying around, you can be my friend. All right, just kidding. Let's say that I made a mistake somewhere when I was doing my costs. Let's see what these numbers would look like if I did zeros on these. You do not have to do this on yours. I just want to show you something real quick. So 8 Maids of Milking is an essential service, so we're keeping that. But the rest of the people we couldn't hire them due to COVID. So I'm going to hit backspace on that. And do you see how it adjusted my numbers? So this 16,168.14, if I go back and look at the 2020 PNC Christmas Price Index, you can see that those numbers match. So I did type everything else correctly. I want to bring those numbers back though, so I'm going to hit Control Z. But that is why we use formulas when we are doing calculations in Excel and Google Sheets, because that way when we adjust things, it adjusts the math for us, and that's a really powerful tool. All right, when you are finished, you can close out of the tab that has your 12 Days of Christmas Google Sheets, and that will take you back to Canvas where you need to press the blue Submit button. After you press that, it will ask if you're sure you want to submit. Yes, you will press Submit again, and then that will send it to me. It is possible that your blue button originally will say Resubmit because you had already sent it to me once, and that is excellent as well. Just please make sure that you submit your work to me today so that you get that green check mark that says you're all set. Thanks, 4th grade.